この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Evangelion episode 24. We're in the home stretch now, motherfucker! I have no idea what to expect. Not after the big reveal of last episode, which makes tons of sense. Rei is a clone of Rei. How the first Rei was made, I don't know, but lots of Reis. And I get the feeling that it's possible that the thing inside her Eva is a Rei. That it is a self inside the Eva. Okay. Asuka is a sad girl. Shinji is just like there. Oh my god, so much stuff. So many things. Let's do the comment spotlight. There are a bunch of comments and it'll be better for me to jump off of what they're talking about to talk about some of the stuff in the episode because I've selected a number of comments that I thought were really cool. There were a lot of really cool comments on this episode, but I've selected a few of them, and I want to go through them and just talk about them. So, comment spotlight. The first one comes from Ramiel, which is an angel's name, and he has a picture of Yoshikage Kira as his profile picture. So, a man of culture, I see. Chamber of Guff is a term from Jewish mythology. It refers to a place where souls of people that are yet to be born are contained. Huh. Okay. I don't know if that's actually got thematic relevance or if Anno just, like, threw darts at, like, random Judeo-Christian imagery and language and chose that, but it kind of makes sense, I guess. Except that when it was used, they said the Chamber of Guff was empty. So, like, then where did the soul of Rei come from? I don't know. Weird. Also, this is the moment where Misato and Ritsuko's personalities are reversed, and your expectations that were formed during the first experience with them is supposed to be subverted. Ritsuko, the cold and calculating scientific woman, ended up being driven by her emotions, and the supposedly wind-headed and clumsy Misato is the one who is a cold-hearted professional. I didn't even think of that, but it is super true. We find out that Ritsuko has this whole time been kind of driven by a weird sort of infatuation with Gendo. As she says, like mother, like daughter. And somebody else who I don't think I included in the comment spotlight, but I want to mention it. Somebody else mentioned that you can, if you go back through it, anytime that Gendo is around, Ritsuko wears lipstick. And anytime he's away on a trip, she ceases to wear lipstick. So she's making herself up for Gendo. Jesus. These characters all feel real. Okay. The second comment to spotlight is from Craig Neely, and this is a long one, so bear with it. Hikari's reactions are interesting to me. She speaks supportively to Asuka and shares her home with her, but her facial expressions are blank and almost indifferent to what Asuka is feeling. I see some parallels there with themes in EVA about the difficulty of fully understanding others, empathy, and in helping depressed people even if you care for them. I think the repeated cuts to her face are meant to emphasize that. I feel this. I definitely feel this. Hikari can't really get what's going on with Asuka, and the empathy that she shows to her is like she's acting it out. It doesn't feel like she really cares, and that's not a knock against her as a person. It's just that I feel like the show is trying to say that we can never really understand other human beings. There's always a divide between us, and everyone is always truly alone. So, like, she might care about Asuka enough to extend, open her home to her and let her in and let her sleep in her bed and try to comfort her, but all of that is just sort of surface level, acting out what she feels like she's supposed to be doing in this situation, and doesn't really indicate whether or not she can understand Asuka or give her any kind of deeper empathetic compassion. And I would say that she can't. She just cannot comprehend what Asuka is going through, because Asuka has gone through this horrifying mind rape that has destroyed her sense of self, and Hikari hasn't gone through that. And even if she had, hers would be completely different, and she would still be completely distant, because the experiences that she would have in such a situation would be totally different from the experiences that Asuka would have. Like, the experience that Rei goes through, I mean, Rei's a special case, but the experience that Rei goes through probably wouldn't let her get any closer to Asuka, because it's a completely different experience. Shattering of your ego is always personal and individual and deep and painful, and not something that you can really express to someone else in a way that they can understand it. You know, they can nod along and go, I understand. Oh, pat you on the back. That's so bad. But you're still alone. They didn't experience it with you. So, yikes. Second point, I think Rei is helping the angel to understand its own unformed feelings, which it misidentifies as pain, but Rei is human enough to know that it's loneliness. Humans are many, there are relatively few angels, and it's drawn to its siblings, many of whom are now dead. It's a part of the answer to your question, what do the angels want? This is interesting to me, because there's definitely some information not being spoken here that, I don't know, might come out later. But to me, the angels, if we're talking about this loneliness as being the main thing that drives the angels, or one of the primary things that drives the angels, then perhaps a sense of belonging, or a sense of self, or a sense of identity with whatever created them, namely Adam, is what they seek. And that would help to explain their constant attempts to, like, get in and acquire Adam, or whatever they're trying to do, because we really don't know. So that's interesting. And Rei's ability to interface with this angel and actually speak to it is unique in the series so far. So I can believe that there's a statement trying to be made here. Third point, yes, the annihilation of Tokyo 3 was when the angel was fighting with Rei just outside the city. She blew up and took part of the city with her, creating that lake they showed filling in the aftermath, joining with the other lakes from previous N2 mines and angels. Interesting. So, yes, I was right in thinking that that was the destruction that we were talking about, but there's more here. It's like the wounds on this area of land sort of merge together into one big wound. I don't know if that has thematic relevance, but like maybe it's a way to contradict what I was talking about earlier about how experiencing pain doesn't bring us necessarily closer together, and it might be a way of saying experiencing similar types of pain is something that can bring us together, which is something that I would agree with. Whines about their sacrifices, but what they list are just tools they had taken away from them rather than any personal loss. Yes, this is a really good point, because they're just talking about, like, the lance is gone, and the EVA is broken, and this Gendo character, he's taking all our shit from us. And you're right, they're like a kid in the playground whose friend took their toy truck, and they're like, there's no sympathy to be felt for the members of SEAL, and partly that's because they're faceless blocks floating in a weird room, super distant, these masterminds who are apparently controlling everything. But yeah, they're sort of petulant and childish. Neat. Another clue about Ritsuko's and Gendo's relationship. Remember in 17, she had an intense, inscrutable look in her eyes when Gendo told Rei to come out of the test tube and have some dinner with him. I didn't really catch that, and so I went back and I looked at it, and you're right, she does not look happy about that. She looks jealous. Some stuff going on there. Yeah, there was definitely plenty of stuff to set this up, but not things that I was able to pick up on because I didn't realize they were leading to something. But now that I know that they were leading to something, it makes a lot of sense. And it was definitely set up previously. Cool. Good writing. Wow. Alex EJ. Oh, thank you, Craig Neely, for your comment. It's a really great comment. I appreciate it. EJ, take a look at the tower emerging from Unit 00 during the battle with the angel. It is the shape of the previous angels that have been encountered overlapping with each other. The Illuminati signs are the eyes, for example, of that spider angel. So, hey, editing me, put the thing here. Or something. Somebody in my Discord, actually, right after the episode, right after I released the reaction, shared a really cool GIF with me, which I will insert here, that goes through and highlights all of the different angel parts, and it's really fucking awesome to see what portions of each angel are blobbed together to make this crazy, monstrous angel thing. It seems that the angel that we saw in that episode was DNA shaped. It was double helical. And sort of she consumes that double helix and it sort of becomes pregnant with it. And the thing that is created is this amalgamation, this monstrous amalgamation of all of the angel's properties. So it's almost like saying that these are all phenotypes of angel. These are all possible expressions of angel core code or whatever they are. Like we don't know if they're DNA or what they are, but these are possible expressions of that core entity, and all of them are incomplete and all of them are partial, but like they could all have emerged, any one of them, from the same core being. Make sense? Okay. I think it makes sense. Maybe I'm just ridiculously stupid. And finally, Lane writes, okay, I admit at this point, I'm just waiting for End of EVA. Honestly, there hasn't been a day in my life since I saw it that I haven't thought about it. Nice. And I included this comment for an ulterior motive. I have ulterior motives in including this because I want to let you know how I'm going to schedule the next EVAs. From the very beginning, like almost as soon as I started EVA, a couple of people were very emphatic about you should watch 25 and 26 together. And there were a couple of comments on this video in particular that were saying, like, you should probably watch 25 and 26 together. That's the plan. 25 and 26 will happen together. I will watch them both in one sitting and do analysis in the middle and at the end. But I'll probably keep the analysis in the middle rather short and sort of view them as one thing. And then I will do that on Monday. And then what I will do is on Tuesdays, I have just Running Boys, so Run with the Wind, and Saiki K. And I will push Saiki K back. I'll push it back a day or just later into the day. Potentially just later into the day so that it has a thing to decompress from EVA. And I will watch End of EVA the next day. So next Monday, what I will do, or I guess if you're watching this on YouTube right now and this is public, then it'll be today. It'll be this Monday. I will watch 25 and 26. And then on Tuesday, I will watch EOE. So I will have one night to sleep on 25 and 26 and see how I feel about them as an ending to this series and talk about what I want to talk about. And then I'll probably talk about that after I've slept on it in the beginning of the EOE video. Then I'll watch EOE. And that'll probably be like a 3-hour plus video. So, yeah. I haven't actually done a movie reaction on YouTube at this point. I'm not sure how I will do it. I will probably just do it the same way I've been doing them all, and it'll be like there'll be a big honkin' timer-based reaction with huge video with all of the discussion in it, and then there will be the picture-in-picture versions, links in the description, all that jazz. Speaking of which, when it comes to the picture-in-picture stuff, there will still be picture-in-picture versions of the videos from here on out. It's just that I had this sort of facepalm moment this morning I realized, like, holy shit, I am wasting so much time. Because previously, what I've been doing is I've just been rendering out essentially the same video with the same intro and the same end of episode discussion and the whole picture-in-picture reaction as well as the timer reaction. And they've just been, like, the same video twice. Just one in a lower bit rates that I can upload it to Mega without it being fucking huge, and one in a much higher bit rate because I can upload that to YouTube, and then after their compression, it'll still look okay. That's really stupid, and so what will be happening from now into the future is the discussion part will only be on YouTube because it's the highest quality version, and then I only have to render it out once. The picture-in-picture versions will just be cut at the start of the reaction when the video starts playing to the end of the reaction when the video stops playing. So if you want to get the discussion part, YouTube. If you want to watch the picture-in-picture version, links in the description, and then come back here for the discussion part, because it'll still be here, and just skip through it until the end of the reaction-y portion, and it's easy peasy, right? I don't know. Let me know if you think this is stupid, but I think this is probably a win-win for everybody because it means I spend like a third less time rendering, which means videos go up earlier, which is really nice. And the files on Mega will be smaller, which makes it less likely that you'll hit the Mega download bandwidth cap that they have, which sucks and I hate, but I don't have a better option at this point. I mean, I guess I could upload to Dailymotion, but they've got these severe limitations on what you can upload. So I don't know. But anyway, blah, 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 blah. There will be picture-in-picture versions, but they'll just be the reaction portion, and then the whole discussion will just remain on YouTube where it's been. And then you can watch it there, and it'll be in higher quality and more available on like your phone or whatever. Should be good. I think the only downside is if you really want to watch the whole thing with the whole discussion and the picture-in-picture all in one video, sorry. Let me know what you think. Anyway, this is much, much better for me. Hopefully it's as good or better for you. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Let's get into Eva. Chill stuff. If like video, go ahead and do that. If you hate it, go ahead and thumbs down. I don't mind. Just if you could leave a comment letting me know why you dislike it, I would really appreciate that because then I can figure out what I can improve on, and that's good. If you're not subbed and you want more videos like this, you might want to do that because I make a lot of videos. And if you are subbed and you're not getting a lot of videos for some reason, you might want to hit the bell. I don't know if it will actually help, but I've heard that YouTube's sub box has been kind of fucky recently, so that's all I can do is point you to the bell. And hopefully that helps. If you really like this content, or want next week's Eva's early, which will include EOE, I'll release that on the Tuesday that I watch it. So, yeah, or you want that, or you want to vote on what I'll watch next in this slot, because Eva is coming near the end, or you just want to support this doofus who makes all this content, you can head over to patreon.com/Teeaboo, throw me a buck or $5, and get early access, and Discord access, and vote in polls, and yay, lots of good stuff, so, yay. Yay! Also, huge shout out to the people who were mentioned at the very beginning of this video, which was 20 minutes ago. Ha ha ha! So, huge shout outs to Chica Liza and Colin Roney for being above and beyond esteemed colleague, super duper mega ultra patrons. You're the best. I love you. It's been fun. I love you. Really appreciate it. So, chill stuff is done. Into the real stuff. I have Eva episode 24 up. I have it set to Japanese. I have the subtitles set to full subtitle track. And I have my notes. Right? Yeah, I have my notes. And I'll zoom this out one tick because somebody commented saying, like, I should have commented this before, but you kind of overcorrected on the note zoom. Yeah, you're right. They're a little big. So I'll zoom them out a notch. Should be good. Okay. Finally, after much ado about very little, let's get into Eva episode 24. If you're watching the timer-based version on YouTube, there will be a beep beep timer. It'll go boop 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 beep, and on the beep and the green light, that's the same frame that the video starts playing on my screen. If you're watching the PiP version, you should probably head over the links in the description now, and then come back here for the discussion. Beep beep timer goes here. Doubt. Ah, we won't be lonely anymore. Again. Oh, fuck. Ah. Is that the sun? Yeah. Bathtub full of what looks like blood. Maybe it's just rusted out. The cat is herself. Whoa! Looking outward for help again. Is he the fifth child? Is this a fucking angel? Oh. Do not trust. Oh, that's interesting. And what did you find? Oh. Both have red eyes. The same form. Lily are humans. Well, does he come up as blue or orange? Hmm. Listening to the song that he was humming. I do not like this guy. Ah, Shinji, you blushing. You think you got a friend. That's gonna be torn away from you. Cutting right to the heart of the issue, eh? Whoa. Speaking as if he is not human, because he's fucking not. Ah, the beginning and the end, or knocking on heaven's door. Okay. Okay. Right. What is up with his hand? The fuck was that? An angel in the form of a Lilin, of a human. I feel you, Pen Pen. Okay, he's standing over there. That seems sensible. Seems likely. What is that thing that he's standing on? What? Alright. What? What? They also appear to be behind him. So she didn't see those apparitions. Lilith, the progenitor of humanity. Adam, the progenitor of the Evas. What the fuck? What? My mind is full of fuck. Reuse this sequence. That Unit 1 will accomplish its task. Okay. So they're gonna send Shinji to defeat his friend, what he thinks is his friend. This reminds you of Toji, right? What do you want from him, Kaoru? Oh my god, in unison. The sacred domain. The light of the soul. Where is this? Is this just the lower level? Heaven's Door. Is it Ray? Holy shit, it's Ray. Sup? Got framed with Adam Lilith's eyes. Shinji, snap his neck. Shinji, do it. What is happening? Oh, fuck, Shinji. Did you do it? I think you did it. But he wasn't a person. Nope. I'll right back. What the fuck? The Maggie inside my brain do not have enough data to process this episode. Okay, let's try and do the same thing as the last episode. Break it into parts and talk about the parts. Kaoru, Kaoru, oh, whatever. Fucky Angel Boys Arrival. Asuka. Gendo weirdness. There are too many parts. Deep lore. Fucky weird boys departure. Or reveal into fight into departure. Deeper lore. Okay. Let's go through this out of order. I'm going to start with the thing that I'm most curious about, which is the deep lore. So, I'm going to mute this. He expresses things very similarly to the way that the angel inside Ray expressed certain stuff. Remember in the EVA series, Zele, why am I alive and for what? And she has answers for that. Why am I here? Flash to the ceiling. Why am I alive again? Flash to the water and the pills. For what the moon? For whom Gendo? I feel as if he's the same as me. Okay. I'm getting distracted now. This isn't the deep lore that I want. The deep lore that I want is the whole Lilith fucking this thing. Awesome imagery with all of these torn down electrical wires and stuff. Very Lane aesthetic. Yeah. Wait, I've skipped some of it, haven't I? Maybe I was born so I would meet you. Maybe. Humans cannot accomplish anything without holding on to something. That's saying we need tools. For all humans are not gods. There is one man trying to obtain power equal to that of a god. And he's standing on this winged humanoid creature. There is a man who is not one of us, attempting to open Pandora's box once again. There is a man trying to close the box before the hope at the bottom can escape. It's the same man. He's trying to open the box and close it before the hope can escape. I guess that fits with the legend. You saying that is the Lilim's hope. In as many forms as there are people. Okay. But our hope is becoming substantiated. That is Lilith, the progenitor of mankind, is our hope. From the... Okay, false successors from the Black Moon. From the dark side of the moon, or a different moon? And Adam, the progenitor of the angels, were the true successors from the lost white moon. But our moon is white. Ray's moon is white. I'm confused. Okay, but the deep lore appears to be that humans are referred to by the angels as Lilim because we are the descendants of Lilith. And angels are the descendants of Adam. Is Lilith another term for Eve? I'm going to look this up. Lilith, Eve, Bible. Lilith was Adam's first wife. Okay, I've found a thing, biblical archaeology. Perfect, great. This will not have any Ava references. That's all I'm scared about, is that searching any of these terms will lead to Ava references. Okay. Babylonian demonology. Middle Ages, she reappears in Jewish sources as the dreadful first wife of Adam. Portrayed as a half-woman, half-serpent coiled around the tree of knowledge. Represents chaos, seduction, and ungodliness, yet in every guise she has cast a spell on humankind. Interesting. The feminine opposite of masculine order. Banished from fertile territory and exiled to a barren wasteland. She resurfaces in the Dead Sea Scrolls. The bastard spirits, the demons, Lilith. And those that strike suddenly to lead astray the spirit of understanding and to make desolate their heart. She's something of a succubus. She spoke the name of God. There are a whole bunch of different interpretations of the Lilith figure. The one that sticks in my mind is the wife of Adam before Eve. Now, that becomes interesting because the angels are drawn, seemingly drawn inexorably toward whatever it is in the basement, which appears to be Lilith herself, not Adam. Because Adam is the creature that was brought in the suitcase by Kaji. The little embryonic beastie. And it appears that Gendo has somehow fused that into his own form, into his own body. The way they talk about this explicitly. His salvaged soul exists only within you, so you are a vessel like Ray, containing the soul of Adam. Then is Ray a vessel containing the soul of Lilith? However, his resurrected body already exists within Ikari, within Gendo. That's what we see on his hand, I assume. Resurrected body. Okay. Shinji's father. So he is also the same as me. But no, because you have a human body and the soul of a god of sorts. We entrust you with our wish and they vanish. And then he catches wind of Misato. I know that's why I'm here now after all. Hello? Yes. All will be as the Lilim directed. So he's following orders of humans. Zele. Theoretically impossible data. It's likely the final messenger. Adam's alter ego and servant of the Lilim. Who's he speaking to? Oh, he's speaking to the Eva. Adam's alter ego and servant to the Lilim. Floats and he awakens O2. Crazy shit. Shit's all wrong. Ah! The old men. Humans do not redeem themselves willingly. They will not change. So we will not rely on the powers of Adam or the angels, but you are relying on the powers of Adam and the angels, right? Make changes with our own hands for the future. But they're using those things as tools. Planning to merge with Unit 2. So if that's the case, then the angels are, or the Evas are not children of Adam or creations of Adam, but creations of Lilith. Because Gendo's been kind of running a scam here, passing off Lilith, the body of Lilith, as the body of Adam, right? Then was Adam the thing at the pole? This also gives an in-universe reason that Gendo keeps gloves on and keeps his hands hiding each other. Oh, that's a fucking hell of a shot. Looking down. It's like a soul in the Ava's hands. And then this battle of two Avas, two tools, one of them controlled by a human and one not. One of them representing Asuka and one representing Shinji, just as Lilith and Adam are represented by Rei and Kaworu. No, so the Avas are born from Adam. They are an aberrant existence for humans, and the Lilim will even use them in order to survive. This gets really confusing, calling them Ningen and Lilim in the same line, but I think they mean the same thing. If Lilim and human don't mean the same thing, then I'm totally lost. I think they do. So they're aberrant to us, but we'll still use them. I guess it would be abhorrent because aberrant is a different word. Then Shinji feels betrayed by Kaworu. The Eva are made of the same body as I am, but you're the soul into a human form. Does that mean that Rei is made of the same body? If so, and if she is the soul of Lilith, as I'm postulating, then is she a full combination of Lilith and Adam? I don't know if that makes any sense. I doubt it. So, AT fields are... That's what you Lilim call it. Okay, so there's an explicit statement. Lilim, humans, same thing. Okay. Sacred domain where none may trespass, the wall within everyone's heart. Right? The light of the soul. Lilim, you know, don't you? The wall that everyone has in their heart. The impenetrable boundary. So what they've been doing this whole time is tearing down the walls between them and angels. And then killing them. Shinji knows nothing about that and attacks. There's an implication that this guy has been in love with Misato the whole time, which kind of makes sense because he's been going around doing mundane tasks and jobs for her for a while. The hope of man is written in sorrow. Here we get real cryptic. Then a more powerful AT field emerges, and that appears to be Kaworu's creation or something. Can't contact the pilot. Nothing can get through. It's a true super border. Opens the panel. An angel has finally reached it. Hyuga, go ahead. Shinji freaks out. Kills 02, I guess. Another AT field of the same variety appears. And then we cut to Rei. Another angel. It disappeared. Yeah, we cut to her. Adam, our mother. Must all who were born of Adam return to Adam? Even at the cost of destroying humanity. So he's an angel that has taken human form and has actually acquired human emotion. He sabotages his own mission. No, this is Lilith. Its face with the thing that happens when a meteor hits. Craters. With the craters in it. It's reminiscent of a moon. I see, so that's what this is about, Lilim. I don't see. I don't get it. I'm confused. Unit 2 falls. This scene is amazing. This is such a shot. His face framed by the eyes of what we now know as Lilith. The way that this line on her head that goes along the eyes frames his, like, the side of his face. Oh my god. It almost matches with this line on his collar. Oh my god. It's so party. Shinji angry. And he smiles. Thank you, Shinji. I wanted you to defeat Unit 2. Which makes it unclear whether this is the plan that he was supposed to enact, or if he's now changed his plan. Because of the revelation that it is Lilith, not Adam. Or something. Otherwise, I may have gone on living with her. It is my destiny to continue to live, even if it may result in the destruction of humanity. But I can also die here. So he's reached a point where it's undecided. And they're of equal value to him. Where the entire ability to choose is his. I guess. Dying of your own will. That's the one only absolute freedom there is. Me neither, Shinji. My last will and testament. Now erase me from this world. And then, if you don't, you will be the ones who are erased. And then there's this scene. Only one life form will be chosen to survive. And you are not a being who should die. So he gains love. What he calls love. What this angel, calls love. For Shinji. Over the short run of this episode. And he meets his fate smiling. And smiles up at Rei. Almost like he's smug and victorious over her. Your people need the future. But I don't. I'm glad I met you. Again framed by eyes. Almost as if it's watching. But it seems to be a non-sentient husk. I'm glad I met you. We get Shinji, head down, and then this scene. What's the music during this scene? It's a famous chorus. I don't know what it is, though. 2156 to 2256. And it's almost exactly a minute long. Ooh. So it's almost exactly a minute. Felt longer. And then I believe that's his head dropping into the water, so as I said, snap his neck, Shinji. I think he did it. Oh yeah, that's his head falling into the water. But it's not water, it's LCL. That's right. This is a pool of LCL generated by Lilith. Calling it Lilith now, I hope that's right. And then we're cleaning the EVA off, and we've skipped ahead. Gendo and Rei together. Shinji and Misato together. By the lake. First time someone told Shinji they loved him. Ever. Fuck. Then Shinji waxes depressed. He was the one who should have survived. He was a better person than me. Misato tries to reassure him that only those who have the will to live get to survive. He wished to die, I suppose. Clinging instead to a false hope. The hope of reuniting with Adam? Which when dashed was what made him want to die? I don't know. You're cold, Miss Misato. Yes. Okay. Then we've skipped some stuff from the beginning. The childish Asuka stuff. And this recontextualizes the doors opening in her mind as the door to her hospital room. Somebody commented about that previously, and had actually a really great comment on that. I wish I had spotlighted it, but I don't think it was there before I did the next episode, so sorry. We won't be lonely anymore. So look at me, I'm the best. They all think I'm the best. Shattered. Shattered. This face is so perfect. Ah. Then the door shuts and we zoom out from it. Spilled coffee, angry Asuka. Her hair is all unkempt. She won't believe that Kaji is gone, because he's what she was clinging to, along with her pride. And then we find her in a ruined home, laying in the bathtub. It looks like she's in a tub full of blood. She's still folded up all her clothes next to her. So it's like she just wandered here. Where is she? In a room without a ceiling. This broken ass shower head. No one will look at me, so there's no reason for me to live. Pool of blood or a pool of LCL. Or a pool of rusty water. It works as all of them. And then she's found by the intelligence division. Because she's still of value, I guess. Probably on purpose. This scene of Shinji again. He flashes back, thinking about Rei. The feeling I got really was her. Is he referring to when she invaded? Or the angel with her form invaded? I think so. Like Mother. A soul. Without an AT field, without a border. This conversation is rough. It's so interesting looking at this image of the Nerve logo. The way that the letters sort of are burned into my eyes. When I look at the leaf above them, they continue appearing. It looks like it says Nerve. It's weird. Doubt it's intentional, but goddamn. Also, almost everyone in this episode at some point is wreathed in light. This sort of glow around them. Just noticed that now, but throughout the episode, that's something that's happening. And it's not just Kaoru, because he is wreathed in light. He almost glows, being an angel, being ethereal and weird. But everyone is. What Akagi expresses here is the cat as a mirror to herself, I think, is the cat that she's left alone and given no attention is a mirror to herself and her relationship with Gendo. That he's left her alone and given her no attention, and so she's done this act of rebellion. Either that or she's just overcome, like the cat's death is just the thing that snapped her. Why did you destroy the dummy system? I didn't. I was destroying Rei. Even when you make love to me. So they have been fucking. Why don't you just have your way with my body? Like you did that time. Nothing from me. All about his expectations for her. And then she cries, and in the depths of her despair, she cries out to her mother. The mother who she hates for loving Gendo for the same reason. The woman who didn't have an answer and killed herself. I wonder where Asuka is. Antabaka. What would be the point at this point? I don't know, fam. I don't know. Then we come to this this lake, this sea. We see it in its full glory. It looks like a pool of LCL in the sunset. There's no one. And then suddenly, wait, what was that? Oh, those are the pieces of rays dissolving. We get the same shot of him not clenching his fist this time. What should I do? What should I do? And the color palette is very similar to his dream world, and then we hear the humming. And he sits here on the wing of this thing. But it's different from the one we see him on later. Singing enriches the soul. I didn't pay too much attention to this guy's first lines because I didn't know what to think of him. But he's sitting on high. It is the crowning achievement of the civilization that the Lilim created. Singing. Don't you feel the same? It's like a male ray. Shinji Kari. Be a little more aware of your position. Part of the design. Part of the script. And as soon as he tells him, you can call me Kaoru, Shinji blushes. When has he ever met someone who's reached out to him like this? It's cute. Past records already erased. His birthday coincides with the second impact. That's rather suspicious. Yeah, there's something to this. For sure. Seeing the eyes in the mirror is fantastic. And they're Misato's eyes. Found out where Ritsuko's being held. Let's hold off on the trick questions. Get a straight reading of what he's capable of. Yeah. They're both sort of somber and focusing. He's just smiling. I got this. And he perfectly syncs with Asuka's Eva. Face to face. Same color scheme. I mean, the washed out light that appears around them often is the same. And the red eyes. So both of us ended up in the same form as the Lilim. So we are alike, and this is not our natural form. While we inhabit this planet, Adam and Lilith. I'm going with that. Rei is Lilith in a body. No idea what he is. Yeah, we got an idea. Shinji's running away. He's listening to the same song that Kaoru was humming. Were you waiting for me? No, Baka. Baka. Blush. Any semblance of connection is enough to freak Shinji out a little bit. Take a shower and go home. So unnerving. Don't really want to go home. And then he just instantly waxes philosophical as soon as Shinji says anything of interest to him. The fact that you have a home will lead to your happiness. I'd like to talk more with you. I like the perspective on this shot. No, this shot. I like it. I don't know why it's so clear that we've seen this perspective shot of Shinji multiple times. It feels like everything is warped out away from him, even though we're just looking at a gradient background. I think it's all because of the way he's drawn, with his face close to us. Weird. Oh, the shadow helps too, I guess. Interesting. Wants to shower with him. And then he does. Shinji's bashful. Kaoru is not. You go to such extremes to avoid first contact, and we're looking at Mount Fuji. There's a wall, a divider in the middle of the room. But they're both on the same side of it. Are you afraid of connecting with other people? Cutting straight to it. And then Mount Fuji fades into Nerve. If you don't get close to others, you'll never be betrayed and you'll never hurt each other. Right? But you'll also never forget your loneliness. So which do you choose? Because you can never banish your loneliness completely, because humans are always alone. We talked about this at the beginning of the video. Humans are able to go on with their lives because they're able to forget it every so often. So he's making this case that those moments that let you forget your loneliness are what makes life alone worth living. It's an interesting perspective. I guess the counter argument would be, yes, but then how do you stand the gaps in between, where you just know that you're alone? And this is punctuated by him taking Shinji's hand, which freaks him the fuck out, which is pretty reasonable, because he's basically being propositioned for an intimate encounter, and this is the hedgehog boy. Probably a room for you. Humans constantly feel pain in their hearts. Because it's so sensitive, humans also feel that to live is to suffer. What's his counterpoint to that? Does he have one? That life is not suffering? Because I would say that life is suffering. That suffering is an intrinsic part of the human experience. But he doesn't really have an argument against it. He's just stating these things. I guess we could extrapolate from what he said previously that the moments where you feel like you're not alone are those moments where you're not suffering, and where those on their own perhaps outweigh the suffering. I'm not sure that I like that. I think that's a rather weak argument as far as perspective. It's a much stronger argument. I think the Stoic argument is much stronger, that accepting suffering is the root of strength. And that choosing suffering is the root of, I don't know. I don't know what the word I would use would be. Choosing suffering is the root of fulfillment, something like that. It's like Asuka. Asuka was able to bear her suffering because she chose the path where if she suffered, she would be praised and rewarded, right? That was the suffering she was willing to bear. She was willing to bear anything so long as she could continue being number one. That taken away from her, the suffering becomes overwhelming. Rei never seems to have had a choice. Shinji just went along with the flow. And that brings us to the point where I started going through it. Where's the scene with his hand? Yep, alright, I want to see that. Okay, so the Lance of Longinus is no more. It stood in the way of our desire. How? And he's talking to Yui, the soul in the mech. Soon the final angel will appear. If we destroy it, our wish will come true. Ah, so that is the body of Adam implanted into him. It's the same fetal structure with the eye. He's implanted it into his hand. Just a little longer, Yui. So what is your wish? When do we get the shot of... Yeah. The fifth child, that boy, I feel as if he's the same as me. Okay. I think that brings us to just about the point where... No, you know what? There's some more. The Horaki family will be taking care of you. Squawk! I agree, Pen Pen. It's okay, I'm fine where I am. What do you want to talk about? There are things you want me to hear. He prompts him to open up. He doesn't say anything to him. And so Shinji does, because he's desperate to talk. Ah, yes. Okay, so I forgot. I really wanted to talk about this. I'm very glad that I kept going. Okay. The days were peaceful. Nothing ever happened. I could languish doing nothing. I only had to exist. That was all that I needed to do. Without purpose and without fear. Without hatred. Without anything. Was that better than now? Would you go and choose that again? Because you've had the opportunity to choose that, but you chose purpose over it, repeatedly. That was okay because there was nothing I had to do. This is sort of the bliss of being a child, or of being unaware. Did you hate people at that time? And he says that he's basically indifferent. I think it didn't matter one way or the other. Didn't think about people. Because I didn't have to do anything. I had no reason to care. A sort of ignorant, disconnected bliss. But I did hate my father. Why am I telling him this? He looks over and he's staring at him. Maybe I was born so that I would meet you. Definitely some feeling of fate here. Fated battle between men type stuff. Again, the imagery with the telephone poles and the wires all fucked is very, very cool. Very modern. And then we go into this Saiki sequence. I guess this thing that he's standing on is the same thing that he was standing on before when we first met him. It's got the spine of an EVA. But it's too small to be an EVA. So what is it? I don't know. It's weird. So, we've been waiting for the final angel to appear. It appeared in the form of Kaoru, a boy. Seemingly a vessel with the soul of Adam in it, if we are to believe what the old men have said. It comes in, it meets Shinji, it identifies with Shinji, and grows to love him. I don't get the feeling that it's lying. I'm going to keep calling it because it's an it. I don't really identify it as Kaoru. God damn it. Identifies with Shinji, falls in love with him for some reason. Perhaps because he has something that it lacks? Begins its assault once in Nerve HQ. Grabs Unit 2. Can sort of like mind control it or something. I don't really know. And uses that to bust through down to the place where what we've been calling Adam is crucified. Discovers that it's Lilith. Shinji kills Unit 02, or beats it. After discovering that it's actually Lilith down there, Kaoru requests his own death. Shinji obliges, killing the final angel. And if we are to believe what's been set up, setting in motion the final events. The script. Okay. Well, I feel like I've missed a lot of shit this episode, despite going through it twice. I do not feel like I understand. But it was awesome. It felt a lot shorter than its, 26.5-minute runtime? Is that right? Something like that. Yeah, 26:16. Felt a lot shorter than that. Felt real quick. Densely packed with really interesting, deep lore. Which I've probably misinterpreted most of, so feel free to let me know in the comments anything that I missed or just gotten wrong. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, I'll see you next week for episodes 25 and 26. All in one, and then the next day for End of EVA. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've been Teeaboo. This has been EVA, episode 24. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.